Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jack Schneider Court on the campus of UW Sheboygan. As tonight, the Wombats of Sheboygan host UW Sheboygan, or excuse me, University of Wisconsin Waukesha Cougars in a basketball tilt here in early December. My name is Chris Wright, and along with the crew working tonight, I'll be by myself. Mike Martin is still in Arizona, but we look forward to a great game. UW Sheboygan is off to an excellent start. They are 4-3, which is a little misleading. They opened up with their first couple games with some victories, and then they went up to Michigan, where they lost a couple games up in Michigan. And on Monday night, they led UW Washington at halftime by 12 points on the road, but unfortunately gave that game away, ended up losing by just 2 points. So for Sheboygan to stay even with UW Washington, they're going to have to defeat Waukesha tonight. One thing about the Wombats is they are coached by William Greenwood, who last year was the coach of the year in the WCC East, leading his team. They won 18 games a year ago, and they've returned a lot of guys with a lot of experience. And we mentioned some of those guys last time. Some of those names you might be familiar with were kids like Julian Jones from Sheboygan North. He played on the state team from a few years back for Coach Tom Desatel. Nate Serkatidge was also on that team. And from Sheboygan South, we have a couple players as well, led by Dylan Martins, who was an excellent athlete and controlled the paint last year for Coach Rank. He comes in at 6'8". But the big star so far this year is Alex Antoni. He's already been named WCC Player of the Week. He's averaging about 17 points a game and 13 rebounds. And with his 6'9" height, along with Serkatidge being over 6'8" and Martin 6'8", that gives the Wombats a front court that is pretty tough to handle. And looking at the Cougars roster, they are pretty small. They just have one kid that's 6'9", but a lot of their kids are a lot smaller. And so I would think and watch for the Wombats to bang it inside to that leader, Alex Antoni. Other kids that you may have heard of is Vinny Montezella. He is from Sheboygan Lutheran, and he's actually the Wombat player of the game. He played just down the street, like we mentioned, for Lutheran, and this year all he wants for Christmas is a brand new car. So it's not asking for much under his Christmas tree, but we look forward to seeing Vinny play as well. As I mentioned, Sheboygan comes in at 4-3, 1-1 in conference play. The conference, like I said, is led by UW Washington. They are 4-0. UW Fox Valley is 2-0. And then Waukesha and Sheboygan, both, as I said, are 1-1 in the league, with Waukesha's overall record being just 2-4. The first half, or the first part of the season, is pretty much coming to an end for the Wombats, as they'll be playing Waukesha tonight. They have a couple games yet this week on Friday and then Monday, and then next week they close off, and will take some time off before the holiday season. So I think this is a big game for Sheboygan. As I said, they want to keep pace with Washington when they can catch them at the end of January. Well, it looks like the officials are getting set here to go to the scores table, and Penny Maletsky, the athletic director, is getting set here for the national anthem. So we're going to take a break here and let Penny Maletsky introduce some of our players and the national anthem. So with that, we'll let Penny talk here.
Good evening and welcome to Jack Snyder Court. Tonight the Wombats play host to the Cougars.
here comes the UW Waukesha Cougars. Here's Wes Meister, he's from Arrowhead. Jaden Hardy, he's from Nicolay High School. Ben Schaefer, first-year player from Muskego. Jackson Kennard from Pewaukee. And Philip Griffin from Gladstone, Michigan. And here comes Coach Greenwood's Wombats. Brett Evers, he's a Dutchman. Vinny Montezella, we said he's player of the game in the program. He's from Lutheran. Here's Julian Jones, great athlete from Sheboygan North. And the two big fellas, Nate Serkatich from Sheboygan North and Alex and Tony from Sheboygan Falls. We see one of the officials is Rick Rodell. He's a long time, he's the one gathering the coats. He's a long-time official for football, basketball, and baseball. Last time we were here, we saw a nice victory over Silver Lake College. And as you can see right off the bat, the big height advantage for your Wombats. And Tony going to do the jumping here. And believe it or not, I think that's going to be off green. And it's not going to be off green. I thought that was off Meister there. So Waukesha is the first chance to score in their lime, should I say key lime green uniforms. Run a little weave and a little dump down to 32. That was Griffith and he missed it there. Here's Vinny Montezella. Swing over to Ebers. Ebers doesn't shoot a lot, doesn't score a lot of points. Here we go, right into the big fella, misses it, gets his own rebound. There's no foul on that play. Three-pointer up and missed that time by Jackson Kennard. And with a minute into the ball game, we have no score. Ebers, Serkatich, looking. Julian Jones for three. That's not going to touch anything. And both teams starting off a little slow, I guess you could say. This is Wes Meister. Griffin. Kennard probing that big Sheboygan lineup. There's a jump shot from just above the free throw line and good. And Wes Meister, the former Warhawk of Arrowhead, gives Waukesha the early 2-0 lead. Serkatich with a three and makes one. Now, we were here a couple weeks ago and he struggled from out there and on the field in general, but that's nice to see Nathan get it one in there and give the Wombats an early 3-2 lead. Maybe a walk, maybe a walk. Nothing there. Leaping leaner up and missed by Kennard. And here come your Wombats. There we go. Oh, he's catch it first, Alex. So we have a early turnover there. And another miss. Watching warm-ups, I like Jaden Hardy, number 12 from Nicolay High School. Looked like a very good athlete, looked like he could shoot a little bit. Julian Jones gets himself caught, and two quick turnovers for the Wombats on their last two possessions. Bounce pass underneath to that athlete I was just mentioning about. Jaden Harden puts the Cougars up by 1. Little diamond press by Waukesha. No problem for Sheboygan, and Alex Antoni gets the basket and the foul. First foul of the ball game. 16:58 left in the first half. Wombats by 1. And a 3-point play gives them a 6-4 lead, and we had a substitute in, which we forgot to get in, so now we're going to stop play. Quentin Bodine comes into the game. Q was a former Sheboygan North player. Comes in for Jones. Jones just 3 minutes in, and Quentin Bodine comes in. They get an offensive foul. This time, they're going to call that one on Philip Griffin on the illegal screen. First substitute for the Cougars is Lathan Secord. Secord, a former Oconomowoc High School player. There's the Coons, the Raccoons, Oconomowoc Coons. There's Circuitage in the paint. I think we're going to get a reaching foul though. And they're going to catch Ben Schaefer for a personal. That's the 3rd personal foul. Excuse me, team foul on Waukesha. Sheboygan is yet to commit one. Out to top on a set play for Circuitage through the double screen. He misses. Antoni gets the rebound, but he can't get it to fall. Alex Antoni is pretty much money under the baskets. Missed some early, and here's a quick jumper by number 10, Wes Meister, to get them back up by a point. Here's that diamond press. Easily broken by Sheboygan as they really widened out the court there. And then it looks like Waukesha went into a zone. And now they're going to stay in that zone. So Waukesha will zone. See how the Wombats handle this. Looking for a wing player on the left. There was nobody there. 3 seconds on the shot clock, so Circuit just puts it up. Alex Antoni fights to get the rebound, gets it, and puts it back in. Antoni now with 5 points. Gets in deep. Circuitage with the rebound. Good athletic play that time by Secord. He just couldn't get it to fall. Basketball season's rolling in Wisconsin. High school's into a few games as well. And the Wombats, like I said, are already playing their 8th game of the season. It's only December 6th. 3-point attempt that time by Knart is no good. And one thing that the Wombats are really doing a good job is allowing just 1 shot and out. They're not allowing second opportunities for Waukesha early on here as we clip under 15 minutes in the first half. Circuitage out by the 3-point line. Dribble drive. Oh, blocked. What are we going to call there? We're going to call it travel. I thought Nate's shot was blocked and he could pick that up and keep going. I thought he did the right thing, but the officials make the final decision and call that a turnover. Here's a drive penetration. Q trying to get over, but that was way too easy for Schaefer. Dylan Martins, number 35, a former Red Wing, ready to check in to scorer's table. Oh, I'll tell you, Montezella's had to hit him there. Alex Antonio's open instead. Vinny for three. Bingo, right through the net. 2-point lead now for W. Waukesha. Drive penetration, nothing there. Another miss. That one was by Kurt Miley. Alex just can't find it so far early. He's missed 3 easy baskets on that trip. Struggling tonight. Very rare for him. Wide open 3. In and out for Hardy. But again, just a 1 and out. And a timeout by UW Sheboygan. And it's going to be a full timeout. So with that, we're going to take a break. It's 11-9, your Wombats.
Give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
There's Penny Maletsky, our athletic director out here at UW Sheboygan. It's very quiet here. Wombats shooting just 26% from the floor, and you wonder to yourself, well, how can they be up 11-9? Well, a lot of that's because they're getting second opportunities and offensive rebounds. On the flip side, UW Waukesha shooting just 33% from the field, so neither one is really making a lot of baskets. But I'll tell you what, in the long run, if Sheboygan keeps pounding inside to Antoni, things will be all right. And as I say that, Alex is out of the game. Back into the game is number 23, Julian Jones, and for the first time, Dylan Martins. 13-12 left in the first half. That's Ebers to Jones. Dylan Martins had good position there. He's a workaholic in there. There he is, Dylan. Oh, catch the ball first. But unfortunately, it turns out to be a turnover. 4th turnover on the Wombats, and a dribble drive penetration again. And another miss and another 1 and out for Waukesha. That was Schaefer on the drive. Julian Jones looking. Montezella hit his last 3. Oh, in and out. Rebound by Hardy. Waukesha wants to push a little bit quicker here, and they do, but again, another miss. Another miss by the Cougars, and another 1 and out. Oh, Montezella had a breakaway chance for a layup there, but Julian didn't see him. Ebers. This is Montezella, number 3. And there's the former Lutheran star going to the rack, getting 2. 13-9. UW Sheboygan over UW Waukesha. There's driving. Ooh, again, too easy, and the defense that's pretty strong for Sheboygan so far is allowing some easy points. It's 13-11 in favor of Waukesha, and another turnover. And right to the basket and a miss, but there's a second opportunity and another opportunity and a couple misses, fortunately, for the Wombats. Started with the early missed layup there by Miley. Here's Q looking. That was hit, so you can get it, but the shot clock's not going to start. That's the one thing that's different from high school basketball, or excuse me, pro basketball, that they would have stopped it, but no. Ooh, I'm going to call a charge. Ugh. Back into the game for the Cougars is Kennart. Now, when you're playing high school ball, there's no shot clock, so Julian Jones thinks he's got all day. But here in college, you got to get up the floor because the shot clock doesn't reset. Here's that weave we saw on the first set. They're trying to get a diving Miley. Instead, they settle for a 3 and another miss for Waukesha. Waukesha now down to 26% shooting as well. Cougars into that zone. See if they rotate around the wing players here. Look inside to Dylan Martins. Here comes Dylan, flashing. He had position. Q didn't see him. Instead, Q settles for 3. Off the rim. Jones fighting for it, can't get it. With just a 2-point lead for Sheboygan. That was Cal Reinders, another Oconomowoc player, number 11 in the game. Missing that 3. The zone slowing this down, make it a little more difficult for Sheboygan, but there's a nice jump shot from about the free throw line for Jones to give the Wombats another 4-point lead. Under 10 minutes in a very quick first half. Oh, Q knocks it away and a rare turnover by the Cougars, and he gets fouled as he goes up. And Quentin Beaudoin is going to be able to shoot 2 free throws. This will be the second and third free throw attempts in the first half for Sheboygan. 14 fouls on Waukesha, just 1 on Sheboygan. Pretty clean game, 9.5 minutes left. And a perfect trip for Q. Makes it 17-11. Cut through by some of the Cougars, nothing there. Schaefer struggling. I don't know where you're going in there. Oh, but you got a foul. Reinders going into no man's land, draws the foul, and they're going to call circuitage on that one. Just a second team foul, as I mentioned, on the Wombats. I don't know if he can do this, but they're gonna. Second free throw is up and good. Makes the score 17-13. 9:02 left in the first half at Jack Schneider courts here in the campus of UW Sheboygan, and another turnover, and it turns out to be an easy basket for Reinders. Now all of a sudden that press is bothering the Wombats a little bit. Jones brings it up, settles it down, probing, kick out to Q, rolls around the basket and out. Hardy with the rebound, and now it's a 4-on-2 breakdown. Instead, they take it out, take a jumper from the corner. Not the prettiest shot, but Miley makes the basket. And all of a sudden, it's a tie ball game. Seven turnovers by the Wombats has kind of evened this up compared compared to the fact that Sheboygan's only getting, you know, offensive rebounds. There was another one by Alex Antoni, and this time he gets fouled and will go back to the line, shooting 2. Made his only free throw from earlier in the game and makes that one. Second shot is up and good. And Sheboygan leads 19-17. Cougars probing. Dribble drive, kick out. Top of the key for 3, in and out for Miley. There's a dump down. This should be money. Money gets a lot of attention. Hughes standing in the lane for a long time. And they're going to get that one. Alex Antoni draws a lot of company. Cougars calling out Kansas here. Let's see what we got here. It's trying to get a post advantage for Miley, but against that and Alex Antoni or Nate Circuitage, that's going to be trouble for a post player. There's that good athlete, Jaden Hardy, right to the basket to tie the score. There's Nate Circuitage, 31. Back to Vinny Montezella. Vinny feels it. Bingo! Second 3 of the half for Vinny. 8 points in the game. 22-19. Wombats. Miley again. Nathan's got to make himself present in the middle of that press. Montizello over to Julian Jones. Not the best of passes, but Julian recovered. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Into the post where there's lots of company, and they're going to get a foul. This one should go on training. Reinig, a homeschooled high school player. Interesting. There you go. There you go. That's what the Wombats need. Right to the post, right to the big man. That's money. There you go. Good replay. It's tough to stop under there. Good high hands there by Nathan. Drive penetration again. No help from the Wombat lower support. And it's now a 1-point game. 5:22 left. Kick out to Jones. Going against this. Oh, ooh, that's what you got to do. Turn and look for Circuitage in that zone. Julian wide open, right at the elbow. Finney from deep. This one's a little long. Alex is fighting. Q gets it, but his shot is blocked. Oh, and there's a step back basket that time by Reinders, and Sheboygan's going to call timeout. This is a 30-second timeout again. Well, this time they're going to call timeout for Waukesha. Well, our next broadcast will be Friday night as we start our high school season. We're going over to Sheboygan South, and to welcome good hosts that Sheboygan South is, they're going to bring the #2 team in the state, the Bayport Pirates, in. Bayport just recently defeated Stevens Point, who is #1 in state. However, they didn't have their best player, and the best player in the state, Joey Hauser, who was out with an injury. Then our next game will be the following Tuesday, where we're going to watch some different clashes this year with Christian and Lutheran. We're going to watch a heavily favored team from the conference, Kohler. So we're going to see Kohler play against Lutheran on Tuesday, and then a week from Saturday, we're going to go to Christian to watch Kohler play Christian. So busy week for WSCS coming up, and Mike Martin will be back on Friday night for that big tussle between the Pirates and the Red Wings. There's a nice shot. You know, that's Brett Eber's first shot attempt, and he made it good as he hits a 3. Oh, that was a travel that time by Meister. Hayden looking for a 3, but thinks otherwise. Good defense this time by the Wombats, but still, that's a tough shot by Kennard. Gives them a 1-point lead with 3:55 left in the first half. Ten on the shot clock. Jones, Circuitage, drive, penetrate. Loses on the way up, gets his own rebound, keeps it there. Nice little hook there, and good effort. Good effort by Nathan to get that one in there. Here's another drive penetration, out of control, wanting a foul. You're not gonna get it. Another 1 and out for Waukesha, which has been the case the whole first half. Jones. Ooh. That's the 7th team foul. It should be bonus time for Julian Jones. Coach Greenwood going to take him out of the game, though. Didn't like where he was set up on that offensive set. Just correct him there, coaching situation. Julian will probably make the first and miss the second, so he gets to stay out there. Just kidding. Makes them both. In the half, UW Sheboygan is 7 for 7 from the free throw line, as opposed to the Cougars, who attempted only 2. Again, a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're a little smaller and they got to rely more on an outside game. But they have been drive penetrating, I will say that. There's another one of those outside shots that weren't falling early in the game, but Cougars getting comfortable in this purple gym. Good replay there on that last shot. And Miley again just wants to shoot it up, is missed. There's a very rare offensive rebound, trying for the lob, but he stepped out of bounds. Lathan Secord tried to get the lob. Circuitage kind of read it there. And when Secord landed, he was standing out of bounds. Just the 3rd turnover on Waukesha in the half. Penny goes right to the basket and gets the layup in the basket. 8th team foul on Waukesha, and here comes a free throw. Second team foul, our second personal foul on Jaden Hardy. They can't afford to lose him, and another free throw made. Wombat struggled last game from the free throw line that we were at. Dribble drive, good defense, tough pass, and a miss. And we're at 2 minutes, 2 minutes in the first half. Montezella having a great first half. Kicks it out to Circuitage. That's off the rim. Vinny Montezella with 11 points tonight. And again, a drive penetration against that Wombat D for a basket, and they just won't go away. Circuitidge with a three, bingo this time. His second three of the game, 8 points. There's Circuitidge. Vinny Montezella with a little press that they're not used to. Oh, and a comeback by Meister. I think they gave him a three. They did, a three-pointer that time. Getting a little chippy all of a sudden. Under a minute. Martins with his force. And the crowd's woken up after Vinny Montezella talking a little bit. 40 seconds in the half. Three-pointer, no. One and out, 33 seconds in the half. There's 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so they're gonna have to shoot before the end of the half. All of a sudden, it's an 8-point lead. Oh, Dylan Martins on the putback, off the miss. 10-point lead, and all of a sudden a run here in the last minute and a half. Vinny Montezella, Dylan Martins, Nathan Circuitidge, and there's a miss. Now with 3 seconds left, they're gonna get a foul. And it's gotten loud here. Good hustle by Dylan Martins. 2 seconds and a half. Ooh, the first miss. And that'll be the half with all of a sudden, UW Sheboygan 45. Waukesha 35. We'll be back with the second half in a few minutes.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
Common buckthorn, scientifically known as Rhamnus cathartica, is a highly invasive shrub. Originating from Europe, it can now be found throughout the Midwest with heavy infestations in Wisconsin and Minnesota. It appears to have experienced significant growth or expansions following years of drought, outcompeting native plants during this dry time. Buckthorn was introduced to the United States in the 1800s, sold as landscaping barrier between buildings and properties. Buckthorn was popular in landscaping due to its high growth density. As well, its berries attract birds. It then began appearing as hedge tree, whose thick growth made it more difficult to cut. The nursery industry then ceased to sell the bush in the 1930s. Over the years, it began to reproduce in high densities, and because of its rapid growth and invasive nature, it was restricted to import, sell, or transport in some states. Buckthorn easily spreads in yards or woodlots by birds that consume the berries. A tree uprooted in a storm or damaged during a logging operation will send up new growth and will end up producing more saplings. Cutting down the buckthorn tree without killing the roots will result in the resprouting of new growth on the same stump. In addition, seeds in the ground may take several years to germinate and grow. It is easy to see how a single female tree with thousands of berries can soon overtake a woodlot. Once present in a woodlot, buckthorn soon has a negative impact on native plants. Buckthorn plants bud leaves in the spring before most natives. Since these leaves remain vibrant well into fall, long after native plants have gone dormant, they outcompete other plants for resources. In just a few short years, the buckthorn will spread rapidly around the woodlot, developing a solid wall of trees with little growing underneath the canopy. Woodlot owners, farmers, or hunters could lose their long-term recreational and harvesting land if buckthorn grows out of control. Although mature native trees will continue to thrive, buckthorn will extinguish lower canopy growth including ferns, trillium, and other wildflowers. Moreover, wildlife will avoid the area, leaving the woods with little value for nature walk, bird watching, or hunting. Buckthorn is not known to be a host plant for any native species. To date, various attempts at developing or finding a biological control have been unsuccessful. Therefore, eradication of buckthorn on a woodlot can only be reduced or controlled by efforts of the landowner. Since buckthorn produces green leaves in early spring before most other plants, the first level of screening or identification should take place by the third week of April. In early October, buckthorn is easy to identify by its still vibrant green leaves. Buckthorn leaves will be egg-shaped and have veins starting from the middle, spreading out to the outside. The edge of the leaf is bordered with very small teeth. The interior color of buckthorn is orange. It can be identified by pulling back the stem or exposing the bark underneath to view the branch's interior. Larger stems will often have a small thorn at the end of the branch. Also at the end of the branch, there are buds that are shaped like the hoof of a deer, hence the name buckthorn. In the fall, female trees will produce berries that become a dark purple. If there are larger buckthorn trees, above 15 feet in height, there will likely be significant numbers of new growth surrounding them. Keep in mind that plants such as prickly ash, winterberry, and alder often are mistaken for buckthorn. One should be sure that they are treating buckthorn and not native plants. Buckthorn can be treated and controlled, though it is not an easy task. If possible, the best approach is to identify areas of buckthorn when there are few trees. Each tree should be destroyed starting with the berry-producing female tree. Pull, spray, or otherwise treat each shrub or tree, following up annually, looking for new growth to pull or spray. If buckthorn has a significant presence in a local wooded area, a more drastic and labor-intensive effort lies ahead. Early detection and treatment is best. The female shrubs should be tackled first and hopefully early in the summer before the berries are ripe. If possible, with larger infested woodlots, brush containing berries can be burned. The best times to eradicate buckthorn are in the early spring or late fall when temperatures are more favorable and bugs are only a minor nuisance. Treatment can also take place in the summer or winter, but most especially when a landowner has time and has help. The elimination of buckthorn is a labor-intensive effort, but worthwhile if the woods can be saved. When buckthorn has been removed from an area, it can be replaced with a variety of different native plants, trees, and flowers such as maples and red baneberry. Regardless of the method employed, the goal is to kill the roots either by pulling the shrub and letting the roots dry or cutting and preventing new growth. When pulling the shrub, it opens up a patch of soil, giving fallen berries a chance to germinate. A simple eradication method is to cut down the tree and cover the stump with a tin can or a black plastic bag. After a couple of years, the roots will wither and die. Saplings can be pulled and laid on the ground. Larger shrubs can be pulled by a weed wrench or can be uprooted by a tractor. The use of appropriate herbicides is often utilized when eradicating large and dense buckthorn infestations. Cut stump and basal bark spraying are also two techniques popular with larger stands of buckthorn. The cut stump method involves cutting down the tree and painting the stump with an herbicide. An inexpensive brush killer found at local hardware stores can be used to treat buckthorn stumps. If it is not possible to apply the brush killer within a few minutes of cutting, a stronger herbicide and oil mixture is recommended. A product such as Garlon or Progeny mixed with bark oil or diesel fuel will kill the roots and can be applied at a later time. Basal bark spraying is the easiest method as many trees can be treated in a short time with relatively little work. Using a handheld or backpack sprayer, spray the base of the tree. Hold the spray nozzle approximately 16 inches above the ground, creating a 4-inch band of spray. In order to eliminate waste, one can also just paint the herbicide and oil mixture on a cut stump rather than using a sprayer. Spray can be applied anytime and will kill the tree within a year. The herbicide and oil mixture penetrates the bark and kills the roots. If trees are less than 5 feet in height, a foliar spray may be applied to kill the trees. Unless applied when native plants are dormant, the broadleaf herbicide will kill native growth. Thus, the secret to apply the spray in early spring before native plants have leaves, or in the fall after the leaves of native plants have turned color. This spraying may be applied in the manner similar to how one might spray lawn weeds. It is essential to cover approximately 90% of the tree canopy. The oil leaves a sheen on the tree, making it possible to see which trees have been treated. A blue or red dye can be added to the spray for greater identification. Overspray should be closely monitored, otherwise it can cause herbicide exposure to native plants. Brush killers are available for purchase at most hardware or shopping centers. They can be applied at full strength to a cut stump. In order to penetrate the bark of a tree, these herbicides need to be mixed with an oil such as bark oil. They can also be mixed with diesel fuel. The mixture ratio is 1 part herbicide to 4 parts oil. For example, if diesel fuel is used, 4 gallons of diesel is mixed with 1 gallon of herbicide. Since diesel fuel can only be sold in yellow gas cans, a separate container should be properly labeled as containing both products. Once mixed, the spray is stable and can be stored for some time. The oil and herbicide mixture should not be stored in the sprayer overnight as the gaskets can be destroyed. Triple rinsing the sprayer is recommended after each use. Do not store herbicide in sprayers and avoid use of herbicides near water sources. Caution should always be used in mixing the oil and herbicide mixture. Gloves and safety glasses should be used in mixing or pouring at all times. All storage should be in appropriately labeled containers. Check with manufacturer directions for specific instructions. Take caution when using herbicide in the spring and summer, since it can kill native plants. Buckthorn is an extremely invasive plant that is spreading rapidly. Without control efforts and prevention, it can cause harm to our environment, our community, and wildlife habitats. Being able to identify and properly eradicate this invasive species can help avert future growth.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it,
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got, or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Welcome back to Jack Schneider Court here at UW Sheboygan, where at halftime, UW Sheboygan leads UW Waukesha 45-35. Leading scorers for the Wombats is the program Wombat of the game, Vinny Montizello. What a great pick by Penny Moletsky, our AD, is he leads the Wombats with 11 points. Alex Antoni has 9, Nathan Circutage as 8. Sheboygan South, Dylan Martins was 3 from 3 from the floor. He has 6 points. We're going to give Julian Jones 4. Brett Ebers hit a 3. He's got 3. And 2 points for Quentin Bodoin. For the Cougars of Waukesha, they're led by number 33, Kurt Miley. He came off the bench and led the Cougars with 9 points. Wes Meister has 8, and Kale Reinders has 6. So starting the second half, the Wombats had it. They shot 40% from the floor in the first half, 29 from 3, 89% from the free throw line, and committed 8 turnovers. And here's Nate Circutis for 3 to get him off the start, and he misses it. Keys of the game so far have been that for Waukesha is getting to the glass and making layups, but they have not got a lot of second opportunities. That's a plus for UW Sheboygan. And here's a turnover. That's been a bugaboo for the Wombats. That's their 9th, and just like that, a 3-pointer by Meister cuts the 10-point lead down to 5. The press really didn't bother the Wombats till later in the first half. Kick out to Jones, former Golden Raider. This is Vinny Montezella, had the 11 points in the first half. They dump it down to the big fellow who's fouled. Alex hit all his free throws in the first half. And at the 18:54 mark, he's going to try a couple more. Quentin Bodoin coming back in the game, and there's a miss. Q in right away for Ebers. Q, a former Sheboygan North player. He's number 4. There's a good shot at Alex, the former Falcon. It was a purple Falcon over at Falls, and now he's a purple Falcon here, and a 0 for 2 trip for Antoni. And that nice run at the end of the half is right back to where it was, back to now just a 3-point lead as Jaden Hardy really good athlete, has a chance to cut the deficit to 2. And with just a minute 15 into the second half, that 10-point lead is down to just 3. That was just the third free throw attempt for the Cougars. Not a lot of fouls early in the ball game. Second half of the first half, there's quite a few, and here we got 2, 1 for each side early on, and they try to dump it down, and another turnover. Trying to get inside to that athlete, Hayden, and he's fouled by Jones. And again, an opportunity for the Cougars to tighten this up and make it even. Wow. Julian Jones picks up his second foul. And that great end of the first half is gone. Again, it's that turnover bugaboo problem. And the Cougars are now in a man-to-man. We saw some zone. Thinking that, and the pressure is up. And I'll tell you, Wes Meister got fired up at the end of the first half, and he's bringing that intensity right back onto the court here in the second half. Clear out for Jones. Here's Circatich. Big fellow goes right to the glass, off the backboard and good. And so for right now, some of the damage has been stopped. There's a three-pointer, and unbelievable. In 2.5 minutes, the Cougars have the lead. Now, we mentioned the other night, in the opening, that the other night, the first place team of Washington trailed Sheboygan by 12 at half, and Sheboygan ended up losing. And start of the second half isn't any better for Sheboygan. Oh, this is going to be another easy opportunity. Oh, lucky miss. Good effort there, but 2 misses for Schaefer. 48-47 for Waukesha. A 13-3 run so far for the Cougars of Washington. Nathan going deep, and he draws the foul. Dylan Martins comes in. As I mentioned before, he was 3 for 3 in the first half from the floor. Three for Jones, a little long, off the backboard. Martins gets it and scores. Look at the effort there by Dylan Martins. Love that kid. Meister's feeling it, and he gets another one. That's his 4th 3 of the game. He's made them all. And a 2-point lead there. There's nobody in the middle. That's where Circatich needs to be. That's where Circatich needs to be. Don't foul. Oh my. And just like that, Sheboygan needs to have a timeout. Look at this pick and dunk. Great start if you are a Cougar fan. With that, we're going to take a quick break.
Doesn't see race. Love is love.
Oh, there's Hope Schulten, another former student of mine. Here enjoying what was a very successful first half. Not such a good start for the Wombats, and Coach Greenwood trying to talk to the troops. For me, it's been the press that's picked up intensively by the Cougars, putting a lot of pressure. When you break the press, you have to have that person in the middle, and right now there's nobody for the Wombats to get the ball to. Believe it or not, in just 4 minutes, Waukesha scored 18 points. 4 minutes, and they've scored 18 points. It was 45-35 at half. Sheboygan, just like that, the lead is gone. And like I said, Waukesha going to go with their trap. And we saw none of this in the first half. And the intensity is definitely picked up from Waukesha. I don't think this is the same group. Look at the athleticism by them, but Martins again gets his 10th point of the ball game. 15:35 left in the ball game. 53-51. And there's a miss, a rare miss so far for Waukesha. Now with the press too, they're making Sheboygan work up the floor and then taking time off the shot clock as well. Circuitage looking. This is Montezella over to Circuitage. Difficult place for him to go, and not to fall. They're going to go on a push the other way. Waukesha shooting 50% to come out to start the second half after shooting 40% in the first half. There's a miss. Now the Wombats trying to run. Quentin Bodine pulls it out. Waukesha, who sat in that zone for most of the game, back to a man-to-man. After they realize that maybe their size of Sheboygan isn't that intimidating, if we can pressure the guards. Sheboygan's got to figure out, I think, a way to get it down low to either Circuitage or Alex Antoni, who's on the bench right now, or even Dylan Martins. 14-10. There's a turnover. Very rare again for... Ooh. I'll tell you, Jackson Kennard holds his ground. He's not going to get fouled, but he kind of leaned in on Julian. Julian's going to get an opportunity. So you see the tail end of that. Into the game is Wes Craning. Here comes Alex Stragg, who did not play in the first half. Excellent athlete from Howard's Grove. He replaces Circuitage. Don't know what was going on there with Alex, but he's in the ball game now with just under 14 minutes in the second half. And we're all knotted at 53. Call a charge. And Anthony Craning, it said that he was the homeschool player that played in the first half, number 3. See, now you got to set up the offense, I think, and try to feed the post. That's what I would do here. Benny waiting. They're trying to front Dillons, but they're not going to get there. And instead, the Cougars going to foul. That was a very good offensive set, I thought, by the Wombats. As we mentioned, this is a battle basically for third place right now. Both Waukesha and Sheboygan 1-1. Five team fouls on Waukesha, 3 on Sheboygan. Dylan Martins now with 12 points. Leads the team in scoring. Good pressure by Alex Strag. That's a 5 count, and it is. I'll tell you, Anthony Craning's come into the game and he's committed 2 turnovers. Coach Lagaki going to keep him in there. Here's Strag. Jones to the basket. Little tip, good chance by Martins, but he missed. Now we're going to need a push as the bigger Wombats hit the glass. That's the 6th team foul already on Waukesha, and we're only at 12:54. Strag. Q. Dump down to Martins. Oh, a little long, just a little long. Good pass, good attempt. Basket just didn't want it. Meister. Oh, they leave him wide open, and Reinders missed, thank goodness. He was completely open. Circuitage, line drive, doink off the rim, reload, Bedoin. Finney gonna try a 3, no. Bedoin with his 2nd straight offensive rebound. That a boy, Q. They're not gonna give a basket. They're gonna say it's before, and it's a number 11 again. And the fouls are mounting on Waukesha. That'll put Sheboygan at the bonus for the last 12 minutes of the game. Got to give the Cougars credit for coming out of the block the way they did. They've scored nothing though over the last 4 minutes. 16-minute mark, 16:04. It was 53-49 in favor of Waukesha. But they haven't made a basket in 4 minutes. And Dylan Martins continues his tear pace at 14 points now. Oh, got it. Yep, got it. Didn't want to call that foul. Would have maybe let it go, but it was right in front of the Cougar bench. This is too easy. How about travel? Yes. Ben Schaefer setting up for the dunk, and a couple too many steps. Good job of getting rid of it right away. Q, Montezella, can always go back to Q. Almost, no, it was tipped. The Waukesha wanted over back, but that's not the right call. Need a better entry pass. Actually, Dylan's got to seal that first, then show hand, then get the pass. It's going to stay down here with Q. 16 minutes. Excuse me, 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Nathan gets it. Alex Strag, good athlete. Weasels himself in there, and he gets in there for the basket. Alex didn't play the first half, but there he saw a nice layup. short. Oh, a rare reload. .11 left. Ball game. 4-3. Good. Good is Schaefer in a timeout. Never understood this. We get a timeout by Waukesha. It's going to be a full timeout. With that, we're going to take a break. It's Sheboygan up by 3.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke fast.
Back at Jack Schneider Court here at UW Sheboygan, where the Wombats have retaken the lead 59-56 on a 10-3 run. Dylan Martins has really been the star here in the second half as he's got 8 points. There's Rick Rodel on the left. I mentioned him before. He's a very good official. Been around a long time up in Manitowoc. Press has been bothering the Wombats a little bit here in the second half, but right now the Wombats seem to have solved that little problem. And all this with Alex Antoni, their leading scorer, on the bench. He's averaging 17 points a game. Jones averaging 12. Jones has just 6 tonight, and Tony 9. There you go. Good ball fake, and then the pass by Q. That's a real smart basketball play, and Alex Drake comes in and misses, but another reload. Vinny for 3. Can't find that stuff he had in the first half. Dylan Martins fights for it, and he's going to go back to the free throw line again as the Cougars commit their 8th team foul. Martins 4 of 5 on the night from the free throw line, but he's made them all here in the second half. So that one. Friday night, WSCS will be at Sheboygan South for Bayport and South, where Dylan went to school. Coach Jeff Risto coaching the South Red Wings. There's a jumper missed by Waukesha. See if the Wombats can get a little breathing space here. Drive penetration by Strigg. They're swinging. Martins and Circuitich, neither in the post. There goes Nathan in. Kick back out to Strigg. Shot, good. 5 points here in the second half for Alex Strigg. And now it's back to a 7-point lead. And tight was Hardy, a miss, but a reload chance and basket for Miley. Haven't heard much about Kurt Miley, who led the Cougars in the first half with 9 points. He's now only up to 11. Leading scorer for the Cougars is Wes Meister with 14. Dump down to Martins, catches it and scores. Circuitich getting a lot of assists from up at the top of the three-point line, and Martins thanks him for the pass. 9:15 left. Oh, there's a jump shot there. Missed by Jaden Hardy, and no second chances this time. Alex Antoni with a lot of rest, ready to roll back in there. They're going to call Dylan Martins on a illegal screen. And just like that, Alex Antoni back in the game for Nate Circuitich. Circuitich has 10 points. He is 4 for 13 from the floor. 9 minutes in the ball game. Meister with a shot and good, and we're getting him another 3. That's his 5th 3. He's got 17 points now. And just like that, it's a 4-point game. Oh, you had Martins on the nice seal. Vinny couldn't see it there, but a driving layup for Vinny. Gets his first basket of the second half. Call a delay warning on Alex Strag. No big deal. Nice give and go, but Antoni blocked that a little bit with his hands. And a nice sight by Schaefer to find Miley under the basket. Oh, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's got to go back to Sheboygan. 21 seconds left on the shot clock. 7:55 on the game clock. Sheboygan by just 4 points. I'm Chris Wright. It's Sarah on one camera, Richard on the other, Scott in the truck. They forgot to get a turnover and a layup from Meister. Another unfortunate turnover for the Wombats have cut the lead to 2 again. Strag to the basket and good. 7 big points for him. There you see Alex on the replay. Give and go. And in. Miley, 15 points off the bench. Strag's there. Q. That ball hit the official and went out of bounds, but it was last touched by the Cougars. And there's a lot of points here. And we're going to get another timeout by Sheboygan this time. Full timeout. With that, we're going to take a break. 69-67, Wombats. We're back at Jack Schneider Stadium in Sheboygan, where the Wombats lead by 2. Every time I think it's nice and comfortable for the Wombats, the Cougars commit some turnovers and they get themselves right back in it. For the half, the Wombats are shooting 38% from the floor. They shot 40% in the first half. Keys to the second half has been Alex Strag off the bench. He's got 7 points, and Dylan Martin leads all second half scores. He's got 11, 17 in the game. Alex Antoni, the big force in the middle for the Wombats, just 9 points, none in the second half. Nathan Serkitage, just 2 points in the second half. Vinny Montezella, who had 11 at half, when he's got a basket here, so Wombats getting contributions from a lot of different guys, that's for sure. We have 6:57 left and 19 on the shot clock as Q gets it to Julian Jones. Screen by Martins. Out to Antoni, trying to get into Martins, and they're going to get a push. And Dylan Martins is going to go back to the free throw line. Here's a bonus attempt for Dylan Martins. And he gets it to fall. Misses that one. Sheboygan's still 80% from the free throw line for the game. They've only missed 3 all game. And a nice second chance opportunity to take some time off the clock. Down to 6.5 minutes and a 3-point lead. Q was thinking about a 3. They decided to dump it down into Martins. High off the backboard. Strag with the tap, misses. Julian Jones fights for it. He shoots, and he gets it to go. That was just because of second effort by your Wombats to get that to go. 3 shots at that, and Meister, who's been pretty hot, misses one. As we roll under 6 minutes, the Wombats looking at taking a little clock off, extend that lead. And there's an easy foul. That's called. And that's double bonus time now. For Sheboygan, the rest of the way. Waukesha is not in the bonus yet. There's 5 team fouls on them, meaning Sheboygan, and 10 on Waukesha as he makes the first. One of 2 trip, 6-point lead, 73-67. There's a shot attempt, and good by Reinders. That's his first 3 of the game. He now has 9 points. Just like that, it's back to a 3-point game, 73-70. Here's Q. Dylan Martins was there for a second. Alex didn't want to force it. Julian didn't see the weak side help and got knocked away from him. A turnover. And another miss, fortunately, for Sheboygan. 14 turnovers on the Wombats in the game. 5 minutes. Dumped to Alex. They knocked it out of his hands. And 2 fresh guards come in. Ebers, number 2. Montezella, number 3. If you're going to be a successful team, you're going to need a team effort. And you're getting a lot of effort from Martins off the bench, Strag off the bench, and Dylan Martins off the bench. Three, 2 on the shot clock, 1. Alex Antoni with a flip shot. It never hit the rim, so it's going to be a shot clock violation. We'll just call that a turnover, not a shot attempt. So Waukesha coming down with a chance to cut the deficit to 1 or perhaps even the score. A wide open 3, good. How can you let them wide open out there? That's what you just did, and Ben Schaefer from Muskego made it count. He's hit his last couple 3s, and we're all knotted at 73. Ebers, he's only shot once tonight, so I'd be shocked if he would have shot that one. In the queue, should be a layup and good. There you go. Q with just 4 points, but contributed so many other things with good defense and assists, and a rare paint basket for the Cougars, evens it back to 75. 3:50 and counting. Q, he's going to the basket. He's got Martins there. He decides to attack, pass it over to Martins, is fouled. Will not get a basket, but will go to the line shooting 2. Left that one short. Circuitage coming in for Alex Antoni. And Philip Griffin in the game for Miley. Alex Antoni with 10 points. Getting a breather. Probably going to need him yet. On Martins. Missed his last 3 free throws, and we're knotted up at 75. No place for Kennard to go, so he dishes it off to number 11. Reinders, he misses. Good effort there by Dylan Martins to get the rebound, save it to Q. And with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left, Wombats with another chance to take the lead, and they can't get it, but Martins has its shot blocked. Q couldn't get it to go. 30-second timeout, so we're going to leave it here. Set the stage for you at 75-75, 2:57 left. There's 5 team fouls on Sheboygan, 10 on Sheboygan. A couple empty trips on free throws and a couple missed layups for Sheboygan. An opportunity to take the lead. Did not go, so now the Cougars have an opportunity. Richard up top, showing you that camera angle. Sarah, of course, over here on the floor, showing that camera angle right there. Good shot of Alex Antoni. I tell you, this is a pesky group of Cougars. A couple times Sheboygan looked like they're going to put this away. And with 3 minutes left, it's anybody's ball game. They decided we're gonna just have Meister take it right at the defense, and he hits the shot, and that's the first lead for Waukesha since about the 15-minute mark. They're gonna man up instead of zone out of that press. Here's Montezella, Circuitage. Q going to the basket. Reverse layup, it's blocked, but ooh, we got a foul. So Quentin Bodine can go to the line, try to even this up. And that is the 4th team foul on Kurt Miley. Miley, 17 points. Q makes that first one. Two clutch free throws for Q. 77-77. Q hustling, almost a steal. That's a tough shot, that shouldn't go. Martins with the rebound. Kind of a foolish shot there by Kennard. Alex Streg gonna check back into the game. Circuitage, line drive, 3, no good. Dylan Martins hustles, but he can't put it back in on the rebound. 1:50 left in the ball game. Oh my. I don't know what happened there, but somehow Dylan Martins hit the floor, and when he did, Ben Schaefer put in the basket his 17th point of the game and gives the Cougars the 2-point lead. They're playing it out. Circuitage is driving. This is going to be a tough shot. That's no good. And a rare mistake. I have Waukesha for just 6 turnovers in the game, and now we're going to go with, there's 6 guys. Who are we going with here? We still have 6 guys. Still 6 guys. Martins is out. We still have 6 guys. 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 Trying to help out the Sheboygan there. Down by 2, minute 15 left. Striggs on the floor, Bodine, Montezella, Jones, and Alex and Tony. Q trying to take it. He's being blocked. Bad pass, out of bounds. Turnovers tonight. It's going to be something they're going to think about if they lose this. 16 turnovers now. 16 turnovers. You have to foul to give, so you can try to go for it, because a 2-point when we're here would really hurt, and it just did. Now they're down by 4 with 50 seconds left. Sheboygan had a foul to give there, and they didn't give it. And this was a mistake by Waukesha. Why would you put Sheboygan on the line up by 4? That was not very smart. Q hits another one. Three-point game, 45 seconds left. Sheboygan has a foul to give, which means you can go for a steal. What you want to do now is just play good, solid defense here. You're down by 2. You can gamble for a steal because you have a foul to give. Sheboygan tried to, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd want to inbound again, but Waukesha decides to call timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll come back and finish this one up.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Back at UW Sheboygan, where somehow, some way, Waukesha has climbed back in this and given himself a 2-point lead and the basketball. There's 23 seconds on the shot clock. Sheboygan has a foul to give, so they can gamble, maybe go for a steal. If they get a foul, it doesn't put Waukesha in the bonus. What I would do if I was Sheboygan here is I just want to stop. Get a stop, you get a chance to take the lead or tie it. As I mentioned before, 23 on the shot clock for UW Waukesha. And 37-8 on the game clock, so that's 14 seconds. So what you're asking for the Wombats here is just a stop. We just need a stop and a rebound. Come down here, get a 2 or a 3 for the win. Jones, Bedoin, and Tony, Circutage, and Montezella on the floor for your Wombats. 32-17. They're running their weave. They started the game this way. They're going to try to dive somebody down now out of the post. 6, 5, 4. This could be a big one. It's a miss, but they got a rebound. Now you have to foul. You got 2 fouls to give. There's foul number 1. You needed the rebound there, and you didn't get it. You didn't get the rebound. So we have 12 seconds left, and you need to foul immediately. I think I would not foul Meister here. I would let Kennard catch the ball. Gonna call Q on the hold before the ball's in bounds. I guess it's not a bad play. It's his 3rd. Not the guy I'd want at the line, though. He's been shooting pretty well. Meister, 2-point lead, 12 seconds left. Bonus. That's good. Interesting. The coach, Lagaki, calls timeout here with a 3-point lead after your guy just made a free throw. Gives Sheboygan an opportunity to also set up their situation on offense. You have to know the situation. Are you down by 3 or are you down by 4? The enemy for Sheboygan right now is the clock. There's just 12 ticks on the clock. So you either can get the rebound, hustle down, get a layup, quick foul. You might get 2 chances that way, but it all depends on the free throw if it's a 3 or 4 point game. It was 45-35 at half in favor of Sheboygan. Then quick 18-4 run by Waukesha coming out by half, but then as the half progressed, Sheboygan got the lead back and was up by 5 and by 7. But as I said, those pesky Cougars with their key lime uniforms wouldn't go away. And a lot of dejected faces for the Wombats. Didn't get the rebound. The Jackson Kennard took a 3-pointer, rimmed out, and it was long, and the bigger, taller Sheboygan team didn't get the rebound, which set this stage for free throws, and he makes them both. So now you got to just hustle and make a 2. Let it roll. That's right. Let it roll. Let it roll. Now get right to the rack. Get right to the rack. Get Jones for 3. Looked good. It's going to be off, but it hit the top. And now the Wombats are in trouble. This is one the Wombats are going to really want back. Quick foul. So with 5.3 left. 4-point lead for Waukesha. Here you see the replay. Nathan doing the best he could to get to him. Jaden Hardy has only been to the free throw line once before. Tonight he missed it. Waukesha's all off the line. They know this one's in the books. There's a victory. There's a missed bonus, and there's a push-up steal, and that'll be your ball game. Well, unfortunately, fans, it's going to be a 79-83 loss to Waukesha. On that, Sheboygan will fall to 1-2 in the league play and 4-4 overall. Well, we'll wrap it up. Remember, our next game will be on Friday night, where we'll go off to Sheboygan South. For the crew, my name is Chris Wright, and as Marty used to say, we'll see you down the road.